Hey everyone, Cardlin here with the newest installment of Fridays with Cardlin. It is March 31st, 2017, and this is officially episode number 33. Now, this is the second Fridays with Cardlin this month, which means that it's going to be a Patreon-centric appreciation Fridays with Cardlin, where I answer some questions asked by my Patreon patrons, I read some quotes from them, I pick some winners for some pretty awesome raffles and whatnot, and I read everybody's name. Now, buckle in, it's going to be a bit of a long one. We have about just a little over 600 Patreon patrons right now, so I'm going to read every name. I'm going to read 600 names, and that's going to be happening near the end of this video. So first things first, let's get through let's go through these questions here and see what it is that everybody wants to ask me, yeah? So first we have Misa, who asks, what's your favorite holiday? You know, normally I'd say something like Halloween, but just being honest, that's a rumbly truck. Just being honest, that's a rumbly truck. Hopefully the background music's gonna cover up the majority of that. But yeah, so my favorite holiday, normally it'd be Halloween, but it's probably Christmas. You know, having the whole family in town, having everybody there. Usually my son's there with me. You know, last year my girlfriend was with me. All my cousins, you know, my mom, all my aunts and uncles, everybody. It's a really great feeling having everybody in the same house. Yeah. Cassandra has a question, which is, have you seen a playthrough of Outlast Whistleblower? Reason being is I would love to see you do an ASMR roleplay of a certain groom. I don't know what that's alluding to. I did watch a playthrough of the first Outlast, or at least bits and pieces of it. I don't know what happens in Whistleblower, but I'll have to check it out. If you have somebody who plays it on YouTube that you recommend I watch, let me know in the comments below and I'll watch it. Let's see, Cassandra P has a question, which is, you mentioned that you wish to start doing audiobooks. Do you have a story you would really like to do? Yeah, any fantasy novel series, you know? I mean, the Wheel of Time series is pretty long, but I'd love to do something like the first one, Eye of the World. Or, I don't know, just, I guess I don't really have, like, a book in mind, you know? But, I've always been a huge fan of the audiobook series of both, the Wheel of Time series and Game of Thrones series. Debbie Ray has a question, which is, who was or is your favorite Power Ranger, and do you feel the new movie did the show justice? Honestly, I think it did. I really liked it, and I went in with really low expectations, of course, because after seeing what they did to Transformers, right? But I was really blown away by this movie, actually. The cinematography of all things was just amazing. Like, some of the shots in that movie were, I don't want to say breathtaking, but were almost breathtaking. And, there was a few scenes for the oldies like me who went for the nostalgia factor, and it definitely paid off. My favorite Power Ranger back in the day was, of course, the Green Ranger / White Ranger, because who doesn't like that, right? Who didn't like Tommy, right? But in this movie, I gotta say, the Blue Ranger took it away. Billy is a really nerdy Billy. He's almost like a human Donatello, and I really liked it. Ellie Vixen has a question, which is, I'm a gamer, PS4. For Honor just came out. Basically, you have three sides, Samurai, Knight, and Viking. What would you choose to be, why, and a name for yourself? Lol, is that too much? She asks. It's not too much. But, it did come out. I did play in the PS4. I didn't play for too long, but my friends and I, we all played on the Samurai faction. And the guy I used the majority of the time was the big dude with a big old bat. As for a name, I don't know. I mean, name for myself, Cardlin with samurai bat thing. Cardlin. Yes. Gemma D has a question, which is, what was the last time a loved one cried in your arms? Probably when I was in the airport dropping off my girlfriend. She's flying back home, and we were super sad, but we had a great time with each other. But yeah, it was sad seeing her go. Amanda CS has a question, which is, what's your favorite musical? What's your favorite musical artist / genre? Right now, I'm digging Porter Robinson a lot. If I had to choose a favorite of all time, maybe Nujabes, maybe Sigur Rós. Yeah, and if I had to choose a favorite genre, it'll probably be whatever Nujabes and Sigur Rós fall under. I'm also a big fan of hip-hop, having grown up on it. Ali T has a question. Do you enjoy when people send you script ideas or collab with you? What is your favorite part of working on a script with someone? Yeah, I do enjoy it. Script ideas are always fun. It's just, I get so many of them that it's hard to really work on them. As it stands right now, I'm sitting on a huge backlog of scripts, so script ideas are kind of just something that I may resort to one day when I need to, but right now I've just got so many scripts I need to get through as is. Part of me wishes I could do more videos, but at the same time, part of me knows I shouldn't, because I don't want to get burnt out. I want to keep this kind of steady pace we have now and start branching out into things like Let's Plays as and whatnot during the Wednesdays. What is my favorite part of working on a script with someone? Getting the feeling down. You start a script with a feeling, or a kind of a purpose. You start a script with a kind of a scene you want to do, or a message you want to get across, or a feeling you want to convey. And when you can kind of translate that into script format, it's a really great feeling. I am pulling fuzz off of my microphone eyeball. I think it's literally called an eyeball. It's this big old gigantic afro that goes on my microphone. It's seriously huge. It's like the size, it's bigger than a mini basketball. And there's fuzz all over it. Anyway, let's see. Katie Bear has a question, which is, have you ever seen a Cardlin fan in public? Seen them wearing a button, or caught a glimpse of their phones and noticed they were listening to your audios in public? Who just looks at people's phones in public? Jeez. If so, what was your reaction to them? No, I've yet to see anybody. To be fair, there's not really that many of us. 30,000 subscribers, and that's across the globe. America's pretty huge. I haven't seen anybody yet, but I've seen a lot of cool pictures on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. People rocking their buttons. I thought that was pretty cool. Maddie has a question, which is, do you have a favorite musical or Broadway show? Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of The Book of Mormon. It's a lot of fun. Very funny. Also tells a great message in a great way. I also like... I don't know, do Disney musicals count? Have I answered this? I feel like I answered this before. Anyway, Maggie has a question, which is, just because I'm curious, my question would be, what type of equipment were you thinking of replacing your current stuff with? Okay, so, I don't know the model. Let me look up the model. Hold on, I have it here. But I'm currently using a Blue Yeti, which is extremely basic. I have a eyeball thing on it. As for the mic, I was thinking about replacing it with... Hold on, it's an Audio Technica mic, because I really like that brand. I trust it a lot. Probably the Audio Technica... What is it? That's not it. It's like the AT2035, I think? Or the AT2020, AT2035. Yeah, I think it's the Audio Technica AT2035, which is this really nice... the Audio Technica AT4040. It's this really nice cardioid condenser microphone. I trust Audio Technica, and it gets really high ratings, so yeah, that's one I want to give a shot. I also want to replace my audio interface. I'm currently using Audacity, and I find that my biggest problem when it comes to recording audios is that I get a lot of background noise, especially where I live. And since I can't move quite yet, or at least I'm trying to figure something out regarding that, but there's another audio interface that is kind of expensive. I think it's like $300 or something, but it's supposed to have a really good built-in noise removal process, effect filter type thing, and yeah, I'm really hoping that will help my audio quality and let me get to the point where I can start doing things like audiobooks and recording for video games and stuff like that. Let's see, I have a question here from Dollface. My question is, what other animal do you feel like you can relate to besides a bear? I love me some bears. Okay, this is a little personal, but my girlfriend says I kind of eat like a hedgehog. Apparently I take little nom bites instead of like huge manly bites. I'm like, I'm a good nibbler is what I'm trying to say. My nibble game is on point. And supposedly, so yeah, I guess a hedgehog. Brianna347 has a question, which is, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? You know, I really liked Episode 7. Yeah, Episode 7's gotta be my favorite. Erica has a question, which is, if you can name a pet, like any pet, what would it be and why? I've always wanted to get like a hamster and call it Elephant. Yeah. Guava has a question, which is, have you ever heard of the Heathers the musical? If you haven't, you should definitely check out the character JD in the song Meant to Be Yours. I think you'd like it. You know, I don't know if it's you, Guava, but a lot of people are telling me to check out Heathers. Supposedly it's really amazing. And there's a really good yandere character in it, I think that's why everybody's recommending I watch it. Anyways, I'll be sure to check it out sometime. It doesn't really look like my style, to be honest, like the whole 80s rock theme doesn't really seem like my thing, but I mean, it gets recommended enough that it warrants a checkout, I think. Kristen K has a question, which is, if you could only pick one book or book series to narrate an audiobook for, which would you pick? Oh, similar to Cassandra's question. Only one book, huh? That's tough. I don't know. I haven't really read any stories with really good crazy person in it. You know, like I'd love to do, if I could only ever do one, I want to do a truly crazy person. Someone like Yagami Light from Death Note, or like the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker even. That would be great. But I can't really think of a book that has a character like that. If any of you know of any, let me know. Lorena G asks, are you going to make a Cardi Bear for your merchandise? I feel like that would be the cutest thing ever. I can't say I am. I have a design made by the amazing Punky Pop. Please check her out if you haven't. Her art is amazing. But she designed a Cardi Bear for me for my specifications, and I'm going to send it off to a couple of toy makers and see, you know, it basically is a matter of numbers. Like, is it worth it to make them? Can I sell them at a cost where I'm at least making back the amount it costs to make them and ship them? And basically, can I make them without having to make tons of them, you know? A lot of these custom places require you make something like 500, and I think 500 is too much. Given how my merchandise and my like button and sticker sales have been going, I have a feeling like if I made 500 Cardi Bears, I'd just have like a gigantic closet full of stuffed bears that I'd never get rid of. I have a question from Mio, which is, my question is, what type of microphone do you use to create the audios you create? Because the quality is top notch. Why, thank you. I'm looking into creating content myself, and I'm looking into equipment to use. Well, right now I just use a Blue Yeti. I have a pop filter, and I have a bit of a thing called an eyeball. I forget who makes it, but look it up. I have an eyeball that goes around it. It took some getting used to. It took some fitting, because the eyeball is meant for small condenser mics, and the Blue Yeti's huge. So it was, well, I'm not going to say anything inappropriate, but it took a while to get it in there. I also had to modify it a bit to get it in there, but yeah, I'm glad you like the quality, because that's something I'm always tripping over, because I don't know, I want to have this crystal clear quality, and it's so hard to do with things like, you know, this living next to this freeway. It's freaking frustrating. Morgan has a question, which is, what's the creepiest and or weirdest dream that you remember having? I'm gonna pass on the details because it legit freaks me out, but I was thinking about this question earlier, and it involved intimacy with a distant family member. It was gross. It was very not okay, and I was very, very worried after, when I woke up from it, because it was just so disturbing. Nye has a question, which is, where do you draw your audio inspiration from? Imagination, past experiences, or a little bit of both? So for the ones that I write, usually they come, well, I guess it depends. Like the Yandere one, we're finally alone. Obviously, I didn't do that. That's not something that I pull from experiences. That's just something I like writing about. Same thing with like Saved from the Stake, right? But things like, Shouldn't I Be Less in Love with You? You're Everything I Dreamed You Would Be. Like, that's all stuff that I kind of draw from experience. And so some things are from experience, some things are from just, scenarios that I think would be cute, and some things are just from scenarios I think would be fun. Let's see. Stacy D has a question, which is, it kind of tickles me that you're so adamant about anyone finding out who you are. That said, what's your plan for doing voiceover work? I.e., do you plan to use an alias? I do. I figured, as it stands, I can't really separate Cardlin, like the concept of Cardlin, the name Cardlin, from erotic audios, and that's something I definitely can't have on my record if I'm trying to bust into professional voice acting, unless I do things like hentai. So yeah, when I do start doing serious voice acting, it's a shame because I can't tell any of you, because I'll have to use an alias. Tori has a question, which is, I love the collabs you have with Grey Knight, especially the audio where y'all acted as the listener's older brother. Where y'all acted as the listener's older brothers. We're both older brothers. Will y'all be making more audios like that? Yeah, I certainly hope so. Hit me up, Jack. I know we haven't talked in a while, but when you're ready, let me know, man. Hope everything's going well. Let's see. There's one more question from Brittany. What is something you've always wanted to try but are too afraid to? Skydiving, base jumping, stuff like that. Yeah, that seems like something that'll be fun, but I'm also, I don't exactly go rushing for the opportunity, you know what I mean? Damo Sara has a question, which is, if you suddenly woke up 10 years in the past, what would you change? Or what would you try to keep? Or would you try to keep everything the same? That's tough. Because I'd really like to win the lottery and be very, very rich, so I can take care of all my friends and family. But I worry about that situation where it's like, what if I didn't do everything right, exactly the way I did it now? Would I still be where I am? Because I'm in a really good place in my life, and, I really love my girlfriend, and I wouldn't want to lose her, even if it meant being a super duper millionaire. Wow, I have a lot more questions apparently. Sabrina Ann has a question. How do you feel about the backlash of making your erotic audios patron only? Oof. That's a heavy topic, and I get hit with it all the time. It's probably my most popular comment now on YouTube, and it's tough. Obviously, I don't like having to do that. If there was a way that I could survive without it, then I wouldn't do that. I do like that it helps me age gate a lot of my material, because I felt like there's maybe too many young people listening to my erotic audios before, and that was a big problem that was growing into an even bigger problem. So I'm glad I was able to solve that, at least to an extent. That having been said, when I get to the point where maybe through my voice acting or through YouTube, ads, sponsorships, I don't know. If I get to a point where I can survive off of this without the Patreon money, then I'd love to make them free again. But I need to get to that point. And right now, I think maybe a lot of people don't see that. They just see like the immediate reality, which is they can't see it yet. But I don't want it to be like this forever. I don't want to have to charge for any of my content. But right now what it is basically y'all are helping me achieve my dreams. You have to do it in kind of a not so great way, unfortunately, but the truth is that this is, like today specifically, is one of the best days of my life. I mentioned it in some of my social media blasts, but I quit my job today. Like, today was my last day. I quit a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, today was my last day. And it was such a tremendous, amazing feeling. I could feel my heart race the whole time I was there. And as soon as I was walking out, like, my heart stopped racing, and I was just like, I'm free. I love the job. The opportunity was great, and the people I worked with were amazing. It's just, it was maybe too much for me. And it was hard to give it my all when I was so into what I'm doing here on YouTube. And the fact that with your help, I'm able to pursue this full time, it's amazing. Unfortunately, I have to do it through the whole Patreon thing, but, you know, I mean, if you want to make an omelet, you gotta crack some eggs, unfortunately. And I want to thank everybody. This whole video is to thank everybody for helping me out. And I'm sorry that I have to do this. It really, really kills me. And I hope that it won't be like this forever. Yeah. Let's see. Selena has a question, which is, any tips for someone who's trying to move out for the first time? Make sure you're ready. Make sure you have a safe place. Don't do it just because you're angry, you know? Make sure you have the kind of coverage and the preparation you need. There's a couple of questions that were asked by anonymous people, so I don't have names for these, but here are the questions. First one is, what kind of weaponry would you like to master? I.e. the short or long sword, bow and arrow, axe, bow, staff, or more of the modern day weapons like a sniper rifle or dual wielding pistols, John Wick style or something. I don't know, the bat my samurai had in For Honor was pretty cool. That'd be pretty awesome. Having a staff would be easy to conceal, maybe? Also pretty useful. Reach things, I don't know. I don't know, I guess the most realistic one would be hands-to-hand combat, right? That'll be the most useful in day-to-day. Like, I can't walk around with a sword or a bat or even a gun, probably, you know, but if need be, I'd love to be able to protect and inflict with my hands if necessary. Ooh, that's a big truck. Yes, you have such a big engine. Yes, you do. Let's see. Another question is, in what new ways would you like to stretch yourself as a voice actor? Well, I'd like to take some voice acting lessons, for sure. You know, as much as I get these compliments about my voice, I'm still very much untrained. This is all just based off of my very amateur attempts at doing voice acting stuff and emoting. I'd love to get some formal training so I can really break into the industry in a bigger way. And the last question, genuinely the last question, I believe, let me check, I'll have to check my messages, but the last question so far is, you don't have to answer this because it's really personal, but who influences you when you make the erotic recordings? Ooh. You know, that depends. Sometimes it's like, really it depends on the script, I guess, you know, like who wrote it and like what's it about. If it's a script that somebody else wrote, I'm just performing, you know, I'm just reading the script and I'm just acting. If it's a script that I wrote, then I usually think of whoever I was thinking about when I wrote it, which is usually my girlfriend. Well, it's always my girlfriend, but yeah. There you go. That's part one, the questions. On to the next part, which is quotes and sentences. And I think somebody wanted me to sing a song for him, or at least part of a song. Let's see. So Mary wants me to say, "If you can dream it, you can do it," and she dedicated that to me, which is really nice. She wanted me to say that quote so I could inspire myself. Thank you very much, Mary. Cassandra has a quote, which is, as for the quote, I'm torn between Thomas Sharp from Crimson Peak with, "Cannot leave you here. In fact, I find myself thinking about you even at the most inopportune moments of the day. I feel as if a link exists between your heart and mine. And should that link be broken, either by distance or by time, then my heart would cease to beat and I would die." And the red necklace is, "I will be the first man to kiss you, to bed you. Whether you come willingly or not, you will be mine and mine alone. Do you understand?" Well, Cassandra, I guess you just got both. Debbie Ray has a quote, which is, "Some birds are not meant to be caged, that's all. The feathers are too bright, and the song's too sweet and wild, so you let them go. Or when you open the cage to feed them, they somehow fly out past you. And the part of you that knows it was wrong to imprison them in the first place rejoices, but still, the place where you live is that much more drab and empty for their departure. It's from Stephen King's Different Seasons. It also is said by Morgan Freeman in my favorite movie, The Shawshank Redemption. I think I knew that. I think that's why I kind of did like a little low-key, very bad Morgan Freeman impersonation there. Forgive me. Ellie Vixen has a quote from herself, which is more like a tiny poem, which is, "You are a gift of life. The dance of wind, the warmth of the sun, the gentle gaze of the moon, the rich aroma of the earth, the sweet sound of the sea are only a fraction of what you are to me." That's nice. Maria G, I think she requested this last month, but I still have it here, so I'm just going to do it again. She said, "Say something sexy" in Tagalog. Geez, I don't know too many sexy Tagalog quotes, but let's try this one. Kailangan kita. Bigay mo sa akin lahat. I think it's like a fractured sentence. Like, I don't think it's a full sentence, but I tried to say, "I need you, give me everything." But I think what I really said is, "I need you, give me all." So hopefully that was okay. Mary G. Katie Bear has a quote, "I love to hear you say, if every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs." Or she'd like to hear me just sing the line, I am made of love, and I'm stronger than you. I was just watching that actually the other day, that specific clip. Maddie has a quote just from the movie Labyrinth, which is, "I ask for so little. Just fear me. Love me. Do as I say, and I will be your slave." Dollface wants me to read a quote, which is basically sing a piece from a song. She says, "My quote that I would like you to say are lyrics from Elvis Presley's Teddy Bear. Sing them or say them in a sweet mannerism. It doesn't matter to me. Bonus points, though, if you sing them." So let's go for these bonus points. I gotta listen to the song again and make sure I know the melody, because I did not when I first read this. So let me listen to it again. The sound is not working. Uh-oh. Why isn't the sound working? Give me a second. Yeah, it should be right. Oh crap, I wouldn't mess this all up. Am I still recording? Okay, good. Give me a second here. Okay, well, YouTube refuses to work, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wing it. "Oh baby, let me be your loving teddy bear." I don't think it's right. "Put a chain around my neck, lead me anywhere, oh let me be your teddy bear." Sorry, Elvis fans. I was required to do that. Reads too much as a quote, which is, "Could you quote a poem? If so, could you read Surprise by Dorothy Parker? It's fairly short." Well, let's look it up. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Boopity boop. Sorry, I'm not fully prepared. I just got home from work. Surprise, Dorothy Parker. I keep hitting the mic stand. I hope that doesn't convey too loudly. Okay, here we go. From Dorothy Parker. "My heart went fluttering with fear, lest you should go and leave me here, to beat my breast and rock my head and stretch me sleepless on my bed. Ah, clear they see and true they say that one shall weep and one shall stray, for such is love's unvarying law. I never thought, I never saw that I should be the first to go. How pleasant that it happened so. That's sad. That's a sad poem. That's sad. Reads too much, that's sad. Rhonda has a quote which is, "You'll recognize your own path when you come upon it, because you will suddenly have all the energy and imagination you will ever need." By Jerry Gillies. Am I saying that right? Jerry Gillies? It isn't Jerry Gillies. That can't be right. Jerry Gillies. Yeah. Let's see if we have any other quotes here. Scrolling through 600 names. I have a quote from Damasara. "The letter X scares me, because I never want to be yours." Let's see, what else do we got? That's it. Okay, so we are we're already at like a 30-minute mark, well past the 30-minute mark, and we're about to read some names. So tell you what, actually, maybe why don't we cut it here? We'll cut it here and we'll do the name reading in a separate video. How's that? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do another video right now wherein I'm going to read everybody's names, and it's probably going to take a while because there's 600 names, but I kind of promised, I guess. The Patreon tier reward says, what did it say? It says your name will appear in the videos, and I think in the future I'll probably have to change it around a bit so that your name appears like in the slide in the background on the video itself, for a certain tier, but certain other tiers, like higher tiers, I'll actually say the name and do a quick little thank you, because reading 600 names is going to be way too much, especially as we continue to grow. So I hope everybody understands that reading 600 names is too much. As a matter of fact, we'll see how much it is because we're about to do it. So let's give it a shot, yeah? Alright, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for the support, and I mean, I've been saying it all over the place, but we made it, y'all. Or at least we're here. We started. We were able to reach the starting line. And getting here in itself was a crazy journey. Perils and dangers, and it was fraught with complications. But we made it. You helped me make it here. And we're here at this point because of all of your help. So thank you. Truly thank you for everything. And let's see. You know, just because I'm a kind of a YouTuber now, and YouTubers say these things, you know, like this video if you like it. Maybe tell your friends, and subscribe if you want to hear more stuff. We've come so far that we're just starting, and I can't wait to start this race. I believe that's everything, so yeah, cheers.